Hello Facebook, it is Leon Street and I have a treat for you guys tonight on this eventful evening slash afternoon for anybody watching the eclipse or anybody who somehow miraculously avoided the word eclipse in your timeline. Wow, that's amazing. But anyway, so today I'm not just going to talk about the success stories that I've been part of with my clients or the success stories that I've experienced with my own online marketing. But today I want to introduce you to your own success stories, and I've got three key things that I want to talk about in regards to your own success, and especially when it comes to online marketing. And I've got some really interesting stories that I want to kind of share with you. I've got three key things that I want to cover in this Facebook live training. This is really for the hustlers right now, and this is for everybody. You know, it's evening. If you're not watching TV, you're in the right place, and it's basically you that I'm speaking to, the entrepreneur. So, three things I want to share with you with regards to how I can introduce you to your own success. And one of the key things is that if you're a business owner, you've got to be, really considering online marketing. Either that or it's already part of your marketing strategy already. And today, in this live, I'm going to cover these three key parts. So thank you for everybody jumping on. We're going to get stuck into this content. It really is three key things that I want to talk about when it comes to introducing you to your own success. And if you feel like it during the live, please give me some thumbs up, some likes, especially if I'm asking you a question, you agree, and you want to interact, because I like people who interact, whether it's virtually like this or whether we're speaking one-to-one in person or digitally like Zoom. But anyway, so to introduce you to your own success, guys, the first thing and the really key critical thing is getting your message right. And I see a lot of entrepreneurs who they've got their own service, they've got their own program, they've got their own thing, the stuff that they sell. And more often than not, that thing, the message behind it, the service, let's call it a program or a coaching program, anything like that, the message is wrong. It's not aimed at the right person in the right market. It's not aimed at the right niche within that market. And this is something that I regularly come across with entrepreneurs and they've got it wrong. They've got it all mixed up. And the reason for this is there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of information people are taking in from, things like this, doing a Facebook Live. They're jumping on webinars, they're reading ebooks, they're reading other books. And don't get me wrong, there's some really great books out there, guys. There's some really great content, videos and whatever. But what tends to happen is when you're consuming all of this information, you're getting mixed up. Your ideas can get mixed up, and it's very easy to do. And the reason why I say that is because I've been there. It's kind of like you take a bit of this, you take a bit of that, and before you know it, you've got a pot of ingredients that really don't make a master chef quality meal. What it ends up being is, let's throw it in the bin, let's go and order Domino's or whatever fast food or takeaway you want to do. Or actually, you might just think, let's do some beans on toast. Let's go real basic. But the point is that with people's messaging, a lot of the time it's confused, it's mixed up, and they get mixed up with the two key things, as I mentioned, market and niche. Now, a lot of people, when I speak to them, I say, what's your market? Kind of, who are you serving them? In what market are you serving? And this is a real important thing for people to take on board and really nail. And it's often overlooked because people think, well, this is what I do, and I just do it to anybody who pays. And, if I get a lead, get an inquiry from anybody, people tend to just think, actually, I'm just going to deliver it to them. But what happens is you think, I'll just take business, from anybody who wants to have my service. And before you know it, what happens is you're serving no market, your message is diluted, and really you've got to be focused. And the reason for that is, and I always describe this as like an umbrella. So if you imagine the umbrella's like this before you open it up and the rain comes down, you want to focus on a sub market so that you can then spread your umbrella over time and then capture everybody underneath your umbrella when you're delivering your message. And let me just get my notepad. So I made some specific notes I want to give you guys today in this training, and it's really important. And the next thing is I want to share a story. So if you're watching this, guys, and this is making sense, I'd love for you just to give me a thumbs up. It's always a good sign just to know you're there. You know, it warms my heart knowing there's somebody else on the other side of that digital connection. Anyway, I'm just messing with you guys. But anything that you want to say, if you got a comment or a question, please leave it on this as well as we're going through. So I'm going to share a story. I was speaking to a coach today, and she is from America. And we were speaking about her business, and you know, pretty successful business. She's attracting customers in, so she's actually got customers, she's got paying customers, and I know for a lot of people that is a challenge, and especially when you're starting out. But she's established, she's a person who helps I would say business owners and other coaches basically take ideas that they have and package them so that they can then sell them and go from being either in a one-to-one type of business where they can go to one-to-many and really leverage their knowledge and their income so that they can sell at a premium price. So you're talking anything from $2,000 to $5,000. So that's where she helps them. And the really important point that I wanted to get across was when I was speaking to her is that she's a marketing coach, and this is really cool because even when you believe that you know it all, trust me, there are times when you have to go back to the beginning to make sure that the message where you really want to pitch your message out to your customers is actually the genuine message that you want to get across. And more importantly, is it still the right message to fix the problems or serve the passions of your customers? And you know, all too often we get caught up, time passes by, and your message is actually wrong. And you might believe it's right, but it's wrong. And the cues are, look at how people are buying services, buying products within your market already. So anyway, this story, I'm talking about a lady from America, a marketing coach. But anyway, so I was talking to her and I said, you really need to get your message right. And what we found out is that it wasn't specific to a market. But after a quick coaching call, here's what she came back to me with, not too long after actually. So here's her clear who and what statement. I help seasoned virtual assistants package their expertise, knowledge and experience into coaching programs. So she's targeting virtual assistants, helping them to package their expertise, knowledge and experience into premium coaching programs. And so for me, that was really cool because when I was speaking to her, I was like, well, who do you serve? And we started with her recent 5 clients, and then we went a bit, you know, further than that. And it's a good place to start if you're starting out, or whether you're an established, you know, coach, business owner, maybe you're a speaker, trainer, and you're in that kind of market right now, and you're thinking about, is my message right? That's a good place to start. And so look at your who, what statement. Understand what market do you teach or deliver services in, and then understand the niche, so how you help them. And the niche, as she's got here, seasoned virtual assistants. And this is really important, guys. Now, I don't know how many of you out there have nailed your market and your niche, and it's really important because, like I said, it's something that gets overlooked. You think, oh, I serve these people because they're buying right now. Maybe people are buying, and maybe it's a sign that actually you're in the wrong market because your message is to a different market. But you know, the market's demand is telling you who you should be targeting. So thanks for jumping on, everybody who's on right now. Pin, James, I can see a few of you. I just want to shout Rob out as well, my business partner. And we've literally just covered the first step in how you guys can, you know, step into your own world of success. Rather than me just telling you about the success stories I have either for myself or clients, I want to show you guys, we've literally just covered, if you've jumped on, message and understanding more about your market and your niche and getting your who, what statement in place, because that's almost like the foundation of knowing where you're going with your message. So step 2 is having a proven process or methodology. Now, all too often, let's think about this. How many of you, just hold your hands up by giving me a thumbs up. How many of you just deliver services and think, I have an idea of how to deliver it. I have an idea of how to get the results. And when a customer comes to you, you kind of just do it in the way that you think is best. And sometimes it's slightly different to when you've done it before. Now, I'll be the first one. I've done that before. It's kind of like have an idea, deliver it, and somehow we get a successful result. And genuinely, I see a lot of business owners out there who fall into the same mold where there's not an exact process in place. Now, what I would say is that if you do have some steps that you take, what I would like you to do is name it. Give your process or your methodology a name. Just give it a name. The reason for this is that no other competitor within your market, should be able to come up with the exact same process or methodology. And even if they do, they won't have the same name. And so the point I'm getting to is that you always hear about USPs, unique selling propositions or unique selling points, but you don't necessarily hear people talking about a unique mechanism, and that's what your methodology or process is. And so if you really want to break out of the norm compared to what other people are doing, create your own methodology, your own way of doing something. So, when they say you're in the sea of sameness, maybe there's 101,000 of accountants, maybe solicitors, I don't know, whatever niche you're in. It'd be interesting actually to see what niches some of you guys are in. But the point is, you want to break out of that. So when somebody says, well, what do? You can say, reel off what you do, and I'll give you an example in a moment, and then add your methodology or your process to that kind of statement. It's almost like an elevator pitch. So as an example, I help coaches, speakers, trainers, and consultants to break through the tech barrier, also the frustration of generating 5+ figures per month with online marketing using the V3 Vortex methodology. Now, when somebody says, wow, well, what's the V3 Vortex methodology? Have a guess what's going to happen, guys? They have to speak to me to find out what it is, because that's my unique mechanism. It's my unique process or methodology. And depending on the sophistication of your marketplace will kind of determine whether or not you need that. And if you want to find out more about that, you can message me or you can comment below. If you need more of an explanation, I can break that down for you. So that's step number 2, guys. And I want to move on to step 3. So how can you guys step into your own success? How can you do it effortlessly? Well, I want to think about this first of all. Now, if you're an established business, you've probably got results already for your customers, or at the very least, you've got results for yourself. And results over everything else, I would say, other than when somebody knows you one-to-one, your results are going to speak for themselves. Because, depending on your marketplace, and there's different levels of sophistication. So for instance, if you wanted to, I don't know, order a taxi, it's pretty much a straightforward thing. If you can get a number, you phone the taxi, you phone up and you say, can I have a taxi in 10 minutes or whenever the time is. It's not very sophisticated in terms of marketplace. Maybe you could argue, they might want to have their own app and whatever else. But generally, people just want to get a number, they'll order a taxi. Now, let's take my market as an example. So in my industry is online marketing. Yeah, so it's a minefield for a lot of business owners. People want to do it. They've heard about stuff with online marketing, but it's kind of like, whoa, information overload. And so when I go into a kind of a position where I'm speaking to potential customers or I want to get my message out there, it's more sophisticated because there's a lot of people in it. There's different kind of niches within online marketing. So I need to be very specific about who I help, how I help. And the real cool thing is when I explain how I help, but then add on my unique mechanism, it really kind of separates me from everybody else. But here's the thing. Because of the sophistication of the marketplace, people are also going to ask the obvious question, well, what results have you got already, Leon? What results have you achieved already? What results have your students or your clients achieved off the back of the service or, the product that they've purchased from you? Now, this is why I say it's important, guys, because your results will ultimately speak for themselves. Now, you know, when people say, well, can you send me some testimonials or case studies of how you work? This is really powerful. And so, you know, if you do have them, use them to your advantage, guys. This is where you will get people inquiring, where you can then be in a selling position. Because if you're not speaking to people and you're not attracting people in, it's probably, I'm just going to get my notes again, it's probably because your message isn't clear. So therefore, they don't know that actually you can help them. The proven methodology isn't there. So you're kind of in the sea of sameness. People, they can't see how you're different from the next person. So whether you're in MLM, whether you're, you know, in network marketing, whether you're in, you know, online marketing, whether you're a bricks and mortar traditional type of business, you know, it doesn't matter what type of business you're in. People won't see the differentiation. But ultimately, get your message right for your market. The second step is this proven methodology, as I mentioned. The third step is let your results speak for themselves. And if you don't have testimonials or case studies, what I would advise is that share your own results. Share the results that you've got for your customers. Yeah. So that is a really powerful way just to get your business into a place of success. Because you know what? I know there's many times that as business owners, we're not always great at blowing our own trumpet and letting people know we can help them. And especially when you're communicating with people to tell them that you can fix a problem. And this is my final parting bonus gift to you guys. And this one I didn't write down in my notepad. So it's ultra special, guys. So here it is. Now, there are different types of buyers in your marketplace, no matter what business you're in. And I'm just going to break them down. There's probably slightly more than that, but I'm going to call it two. There's two different types of buyers. Now listen to this, buyers. Now, if you're in a business right now and you have a service, you have a product or some solution that people can buy from you, and you want to get sales, yeah, and maybe you've heard of things like this. You need a marketing funnel, Facebook ads, you need lead magnets, you need webinars, you need all these kind of different things. Now, what I want to say to you is that this is true, but I want you to take this one on board for the moment. In every marketplace, there's always the top 3% of people who are ready to buy. Yeah, the top 3% of people in any marketplace where they have a problem, they're ready to buy. So if you have a solution or an offering where you can help people, just like me, I help people with online marketing, sales funnels, Facebook ads, you know, to break it down, to take away all the confusion of all the tech and all the different things that need to happen to get that in place for coaches, speakers and consultants. I help them with that. So in any marketplace, there are 3% of people who are ready to buy now. The next 7% of people are ready to buy in the next 21 days to 3 months. So if you only have one funnel in place where you're constantly warming people up, yeah, just warming them up, not actually saying, here's what I have to offer, here's a service or product, you're going to miss those 3% of people who are ready to buy right now. So listen to that one again, guys. 3% of people are always ready to buy now. So if you never tell people that you have something for people to buy that can help them fix their biggest problems or challenges or pains, you're going to miss them every time. So when you're putting your lead magnets out there and warming people up, you're putting your great content together, just bear in mind that you also need to tell people they can buy the solution from you. So on that parting note, guys, I want you to also take this to the bank. If you need assistance with your online marketing, sales funnel, Facebook ads, all of that kind of stuff, just message me. Let me know what you think of the 3 key points that I've discussed tonight, as well as the bonus one, because that is a biggie that most people overlook and miss. So as I said, any comments, questions, let me know. You can message me, reach out to me. I'm a very friendly individual, and I do like to talk, as you can see this evening. So it's been Leon Street from businessownerelevation.com, live and direct, coming to you, streaming on Facebook, and I'll catch you soon, guys. Take care and thanks for watching.